Hi, good morning. My voice is horrible. Literally just woke up. Still have my headband on because I was going to wash my face and brush my teeth, but all this stuff I want to say has been like building in my brain all week long. And I was standing in my bathroom and I was about to like do my morning routine. And I was like, nope, stop what you're doing. Record right now. So here I am. Teeth are wearing sweaters, coffee mouth, headband on. Um, Y'all know I've been working in the fitness industry for coming up on like 20 years. Plenty of people in the industry, decades longer than me. They've seen it more than I have, but like there's a cycle and there's this endless secular, sometimes healthy, sometimes toxic, just revisiting that happens over and over and over again. More women are lifting weights than ever before. This is fantastic news. I'm so happy to hear that. But there's a thing that's been really like heavily present in my algorithm as of late that has me feisty, and it feels really unhealthy. And I know that I am feeling some kind of way about it. And I think that I probably present to people as someone who has it somewhat together in the fitness realm. I've had a regular fitness routine for quite some time. And if this thing is upsetting me, I know it has to be upsetting a lot of other women who maybe haven't settled in to the same sort of routine that I have. And I actually have some numbers here that I'm going to share that proves that the vast majority of women do not have that in their lives for a great number of reasons, which I may address here or I may not, because it's 6:20 in the morning and probably somebody's going to come down the stairs soon and need something from me. And I just want to get as much of this out as quickly as I can. So what I am seeing specifically on Instagram, because that's where I spend way too much time, is that group fitness is getting a lot of hate as of late. And when I say group fitness, that could be the classes that are happening in the back room of your big box gym. That could be, oh, what did I say? Somebody was going to come down the stairs. Good morning, Edna. I'm recording, but that's okay. You do your thing. Okay. That could be fitness studios, boutique fitness studios, F45, Burn Boot Camp, Orange Theory. But the influencers that make money making content and lifting weights are coming down on group fitness because they say that we are, and it's no secret, I work at one of these boutique group fitness facilities. I've never really named it on here, but it's not a secret. That we're false advertising because we don't provide proper progressive overload over a strategized period of time to allow women to achieve the lean toned aesthetic look that they desire. So many things to say here. Not all women are training for aesthetic. A lot of us are every day of our lives fighting maybe a quiet or not so quiet battle to not base our exercise on how we appear in the world. We've spent, from the moment we saw our first magazine up until now, chasing some sort of look that exterior forces are telling us that we are supposed to have. And me, probably a lot of you, wake up every morning and say, no, this movement is for me. This movement, in whatever form it comes, group, cardio, weights, dance, walks, freaking yoga, whatever you choose to have joy in movement in your body, is for how my head feels, how my heart feels, how my confidence level is, how much patience I can muster today. And maybe 17, 18, 19th on the list is, oh, I could grow some muscle too. And I am not here to yuck anyone's yum. I am proud of all women, period. You have value and you are important to this universe simply because you are here, period. So if you go to a gym or you have a personal trainer and you are hitting your, big 4 lifts and you're adding that 2.5 pound plate and you're getting progressive overload over a strategized 8, 12, 16-week program and then rewriting programs and growing, fan-freaking-tastic. I'm so happy for you. But just to put it in perspective, if you are on your Instagram and you are feeling the same way I've sort of allowed it to infiltrate my feelings, and that maybe the way I program isn't enough, or maybe, anyway, here's some numbers for you. And I'm not a numbers girl, so this is major that I pulled numbers. In the United States, 25% of the population have gym memberships. And women represent damn near half of that. It's growing. Still just like a sliver of a percentage higher men than women, but we're 49.8% of people that hold gym memberships. Of that 25%, 45 to 50% are attending twice a week. So that's 12.5% are women that are actually using whatever membership they have 2 times a week. So this is 6.25% of the population. So 1 in 16 women are working out roughly 2 times a week. Let that sink in. Where are these other women? Why aren't they able to do it? Are they doing it at home? Are they doing it outside of what would be considered having a gym membership? Yes, there are people that are doing that. Again, I am not here to yuck anyone's yum, but those women are the ones that I think about all the time. I want them to find ways to move their bodies in a way that brings them joy. And I'm sure their algorithm looks a little different than mine. But to all of those women who have gym memberships they don't use, or have joined countless gyms and canceled, or feel intimidated, or not enough, or unworthy, or I hate to say it, but have even actually been like bullied or talked down to or treated poorly in these environments. God, my heart goes out to you. And I want to train you and I want to see you. Why can't I? Well, here's something to consider. My husband and I are straight up middle class. We're a blue collar family. If I did not work where I work, I would not be able to take classes there. We could make some adjustments in the budget. We could theoretically afford for me to maybe hold like a mid-level membership, allowing me to go like twice a week, like this 1 in 16 women are doing. But technically, I really can't afford to have a membership where I work. So of this 1 in 16 women that are, or I'm sorry, the 12.5% that actually have gym memberships, we need to recognize that there is some sort of financial privilege there that a great majority of people in this country do not have. So what we can't afford it. And that doesn't even, I mean, when you get the money situation under control, specifically like these group fitness, boutique group fitness studios. So like maybe like your Planet Fitness or your Club Fitness or like your base level gym membership, yes, that maybe is more achievable for more of the population. But when we're talking about like F45, Burn, Orange Theory, these are privileged people that can afford to pay for unlimited memberships at these places. Most of the population does not make enough money to go to these places. And then that doesn't even account, like some of these places have childcare, but like where I work doesn't. So then there's all these like societal barriers that keep people from being able to go to group fitness. That pool of women, that's who I want to train. That's who I want in my studio, or that's who I want to be able to create a studio for them to come to. So when I see my social media telling this 1 in 16 women that the group fitness class you attend twice a week is a waste of your time and that we're false advertising to you because you're not training properly to get your body to look the way that society tells you your body should look, I get a little shook. Going back to what I was initially saying, like, what's your motivator to move your body? Because I try every day, every morning when I get up and I lift my shirt up and I look at my stomach in the mirror, I'm like, your stomach's beautiful. Your stomach's beautiful. No matter what size it is, no matter what level of bloat you're at today. I know I'm not the only woman who is doing this. When you can shift your motivation to what brings you fulfillment, to what brings you contentment, to what brings you peace, and not what you look like or how defined your arms or your abs are or how thin your legs are, that is so much more fulfilling and so much less hard, because it's never easy to make it a consistent practice. And what group fitness provides is, for one, a slightly lower barrier of entry financially, still expensive, but less expensive than hiring a personal trainer. And the vast majority of women don't have the knowledge or the access to know how to go in and program themselves or know how to have the right form. So you need a professional, you need a support system to teach you how to do those things. Group fitness is providing a community of like-minded individuals. It's giving you other women, other people that you can work out next to, that they say, oh, I really didn't want to come today, but I know we're always, on weight station 3 and 4 next to each other on Tuesday mornings at 9 a.m. I'm like getting emotional. I know I always see you on Tuesday mornings, station 3 and 4. I wanted to hear how your kid's soccer game was this weekend. I wanted to show up for you even though I couldn't show up for myself. Tell me there's not value in that. Tell me we're false advertising. I can also tell you, I am witnessing progressive overload happening in a group setting for these, 75% of people, half of that 75% being women who have never stepped foot in a group fitness class, and then they do. We can provide progressive overload for you for many, many years to come. Have I seen people sort of graduate out of group fitness and move on to more strategized programming? Absolutely. With love. I wish you well. Like, everything is not for everybody or everybody. And when you're in your social media and you're seeing these influencers who have something to gain financially by telling you that your group fitness class is lying to you and you need to come buy my program or do what I'm selling, the vast majority of it is online programming. So you would be losing that community aspect. If that community aspect doesn't matter to you, with love, go do their program. This headband's starting to hurt my head. But like, if you are this 1 in 16 and you are attending a group fitness class roughly 2 times a week, you're fucking winning, woman. Like, so don't let social media get it twisted. It looks like everybody's doing all the things, and it makes you feel like you aren't doing enough things. You are doing enough things. You are doing enough things. Okay, so then here's another piece of this. Like, relentless pursuit of self-improvement is not just about physical movement. There is joy in quiet. There is healing in stillness. There is fulfillment and creativity. So I love to like do projects around my house. I haven't done them in a really long time. For some reason, my kids have like hit this window of age. I don't know. I've, taken on more responsibility at work. But whenever I get like hyper focused on a creative project, like I used to cut silhouettes too, like black on white silhouettes and sell those. Whenever I get like hyper fixated on any sort of creative project, like I'm redoing one of my kids' rooms or I'm like changing around artwork in the house, for whatever reason, I don't work out. Like it takes over. And that's like the thing that I'm focusing on. So if I'm taking like 2 weeks out to like fill this creative place in my heart, in my soul, in my body, I'm not exercising. There's only so many hours in the day, and I go to work and then I rush home and I don't work out and I work on painting that room or switching around the artwork or rearranging the furniture. That's self-improvement. Attending to my creative nature is self-improvement. Stillness and contentment is absolutely goal worthy. Community is worthy of your time. From my personal experience, chasing an aesthetic came up feeling really empty and unrewarding. The head and the heart are a part of the equation. And the way you look won't fix that. So this relentless pursuit of self-improvement from a place of comparison, from a place of not already having like that feeling of I am worthy, is also its own sort of mental unwellness. And balance doesn't exist. If one plate is full, another one is soaking in the sink or underneath your teenager's bed, molding. Like, there is no balance. It's juggling, really, and balls are dropping. I feel like that's a more accurate analogy. And I just want to finish with a couple of words that aren't my own. There's been some other things on social media that have been more positive, that have been, in my algorithm as well. So I'll also say, when you have somebody in your algorithm that pisses you off, don't even think twice. Remove them, delete them. If you're not following them already, just block it. If you follow them, unfollow them. Mindlessly scrolling Instagram should make you feel good, not bad. And I did it last night for an hour. Sat on my front porch for an hour and scrolled Instagram. It was a lot of fun. Okay, so anyway, here's the positivity that I will leave you with. So what sort of started this whole thing swimming around in my head about a week ago came from Mary Oliver's drunk cousin. And she's my friend in my head. I love her. So this is a poem that she popped on here. It says, "Of the few things I know for sure, one is this. Of the few things I know for sure, one is this. I don't want to mistake a life of relentless self-improvement for a life." And then I came across this morning too, and it's kind of long, so bear with me. Self-improvement is a good thing, but if it comes from a place of inferiority, it will always lead to unhealthy striving. If you're trying to change yourself in order to feel good enough, It will inevitably lead to self-criticism and shame. Why am I still struggling with this? Why can't I change? Maybe I just need to work harder or try harder. The problem isn't you. It's that you're trying to build from a faulty foundation. Healthy self-improvement comes from a place of seeing yourself as equal and seeing yourself as enough. Self-acceptance has to come first. I'm going to read that again. Healthy self-improvement comes from a place of seeing yourself as equal and seeing yourself as enough. Self-acceptance has to come first. It's only when you accept yourself as you are with all of your weaknesses that you can then change. Change rooted in self-acceptance lasts. Change rooted in shame does not. Often we worry that if we focus on self-acceptance, that it will lead to complacency. We'll get too comfortable and nothing will ever change. In fact, the opposite is true. Unconditional acceptance makes it easier to grow and makes the changes we want to make in life. Unconditional acceptance makes it easier to grow and make the changes we want to make in life. Self-acceptance and self-improvement are not mutually exclusive. We need them both in order to live happy and fulfilling lives. Two things can be true. We are a work in progress and we are enough. And that is what it means to see yourself as equal. And that was, I need to tell you who that was. That was from The Social Therapist at the.social.therapist. So The Social Therapist and at Mary Oliver's Drunk Cousin. So their words were really healing and helpful for me this week. So that's what I'm going to leave you with on this Tuesday. And that half of 75% of women that aren't working out anywhere or aren't working out in a gym setting, I want to find you. You're my people. Even if you're not working out with me, I want to figure out what makes you tick and what makes you want to move, and I want to find a way for you to be able to do it. I think about y'all a lot. Anyway, much love. See you next week.